World of Warcraft is a game defined by conflict. From the very moment that we enter Azeroth, we're asked to choose a side, Horde or Alliance, red or blue, us or them. The game thrives on that kind of tension. Battlegrounds and arenas, raids and rivalries, all of it framed by the presence of an enemy. And because there are enemies, there is always a reason for resentment. The ganker who camps you mercilessly, the corrupt guildmaster who does you over, the useless fucking healer who lets you die in a DMF week. Azeroth gives us an endless supply of people to dislike, to fight against, and to hold grudges toward. But if you step back for a minute, I think we begin to notice that the grudges never really end. You kill me, I kill you, and we both feel justified. But then the next fight begins, and the cycle repeats. Even when you win, it isn't over. Hatred doesn't close the story. If anything, it only perpetuates it. Maybe that's why forgiveness matters so much. Not just in game, but also in life. Forgiveness is the one thing that breaks that cycle. To forgive is not easy. It means giving up the right to keep score. It means letting go of the satisfaction of vengeance, the comfort of resentment. It means admitting that the other person's wrong will not define you forever. And that is hard because our instincts pull in the opposite direction. We want to remember what was done to us. We want to make sure the other person is seen to know the weight of their sin, that the ledger is balanced, that the debt has been paid. Forgiveness asks us to set the ledger aside, to write paid in full over debts that may have never even been acknowledged. Forgiveness is not just about enemies either. Sometimes the hardest person to forgive is yourself. In World of Warcraft, you can wipe a raid and carry the shame of it for days, weeks. You can accidentally equip a band of Akuria as a priest. You can let down your guild and replay it in your mind 100 times. In life, these mistakes cut even deeper. Words we regret, actions we wish we could undo, moments that cannot ever be taken back. Forgiveness means releasing oneself from the prison of one's own failures. It means saying, I am not only what I have done, I am more than my worst moment. And I believe that is just as powerful as forgiving another. The odd thing about forgiveness is that it feels impossible until you practice it. Everything in us resists it, every fiber of our being. We think that holding on to anger protects us and gives us control, but anger doesn't protect, it corrodes. Resentment doesn't free us, it binds us. Forgiveness, in the end, is not really about the person who wronged you. It's about you. It's about refusing to live trapped in cycles of hatred that never end. And World of Warcraft, for all of its fantasy, can teach us this if we pay attention. Because every time you die, you resurrect. Every time you lose, you get another chance. We're quietly reminded that nothing is final. The game goes on. And in the same way, forgiving tells us that our lives don't have to be defined by what has been done to us or by us. There is always another chance. There is always the possibility of renewal. And to forgive is not to forget, my friends. It is to remember differently, to look at the wound and say, this does not have the final word. To look at thine enemy and say, you are more than what you have done. To look at yourself and say, I am more than my failures. Forgiveness is the refusal to let hatred, bitterness, or shame be the author of your story when the ink has yet to even dry. And that's why it is so difficult and so necessary. It asks us to let go of the very things we think we need to survive: anger, our defenses, our grudges, and trust that something better will take their place. Remember that forgiveness is not for the other person alone. It's for you. It's your freedom from a cycle that has no end. Perhaps the truest victory, the one that matters beyond all battles, is not how many enemies you defeat, but how many you learn to forgive.